Okay, I'm going to tell everyone about cloud computing because I keep getting asked these questions of what the heck is cloud computing and cloud storage and cloud servers and all this crap. And it's really not complicated. For example, my textbook. Ugh, ignore the background, by the way. I didn't feel like doing a nice background. I have a nice, huge textbook here that explains cloud computing is. I'm not even bother actually. It's a system of organizations, an organization or organizations of separate servers that exist to blah, 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 blah. You know what cloud computing is? Real simple, okay? If I have my computer right over here, I'll show you that's my computer right over there next to my Green Mountain coffee, which is actually tea. This is my computer, okay? So let's say my computer is connected to my brother's computer, which let's pretend he doesn't actually live in my house. He does, but let's pretend he doesn't right now. Okay, so my brother lives in my house, and let's say I access his computer for storage and data. He has an extra computer, we access it for storage, data, etc., and that's what we use it for. Or just some computer or whatever, okay? That's cloud computing. Anything that's basically not attached to your computer, that's mine over there, is cloud computing. If you have ever heard of Dropbox and you got information from someone else's Dropbox, yeah, that's technically cloud computing. Cloud computing is not somewhere up in the sky, God knows where it is, information just flies into the sky and magically you get it whenever the hell you want it. No, that's not cloud computing, okay? Cloud computing is basically you just have information at a separate location. That's it. However, it can be better than that. Cloud computing can also be you run someone else's computer. For example, a web server. Your computer is probably not set up to run a website. Probably doesn't have like PHP installed. Might have MySQL, but probably doesn't have MySQL or Apache and blah, 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 blah. You don't have that. But if you ever made a website and you hosted this website on a different server online, there are millions of free hosts, or a paid one like GatorHost, let's say. That's technically cloud computing because you're putting your information on their web host and you're using it. You are using their system. I know Amazon and Google, big cloud computing companies. There's a lot of individual companies. There is BitShare. There's A-Drive. There is many of them out there. You just look for free online storage space and you find it. Many people wonder, should I do cloud computing? Well, do you need extra space? Most people use cloud computing for the sake of storage. That's all they use it for. Nothing all that special or complicated. This is cold. I don't like cold tea, but it's all I got. So, should you use it? Well, there's several things to worry about when it comes to cloud computing, and they're really not that complicated. It's really not that hard. For cloud computing, things you got to worry about is, one, how much does it cost? If you're an individual, you can get it for free probably. It's not that hard, or else you can get it really cheap. It's not really that difficult at all. Additionally, is it a business that's going to stay around and stick around? Like, anybody remember Mega Upload? Yeah, that's not happening anymore. Lastly, and this is easy to solve too, okay? What about my privacy? What information of mine are they going to use? Well, let me ask you this. It's a two-part question, real easy. One, do you have Facebook? If you answered yes, I have a Facebook, don't worry, they're not going to get any more information that Facebook hasn't already taken from you. And if you use Facebook, by the way, you're basically, the only thing you're short of is just flashing your driver's license and your social security. If you live in the U.S. If you live in another country, however that works, I don't know how it works, I'm sorry. I barely know my own country. That's hard enough. Still cold. If you don't have a Facebook, or if you're still kind of curious, look at it. Look at the terms and agreements because they will tell you exactly what it is they're going to do with it, with your information. Many of them, the most they care about your information is what kind of stuff are you using it for? Are you using it for pictures, for videos, for documents, for school, for work, or personal recreation? And the only reason they care is not because they're creepy, is because they say, hey, we want to get more people to use our service. So what are people mostly using it for? What do people mostly need it for? So we can advertise that front. Because if people are usually using it for videos, then they're going to say, hey, you guys need video space? We got that. And then you don't have to use YouTube or whatever. Pictures, they'll say, hey, upload your albums here and everything. And you know what? Maybe they'll take a step further and develop software for us specifically. That's all they normally care about when it comes to what kind of information you're storing. You shouldn't be storing anything illegal. So obviously, you know, if you put something illegal there, you're kind of putting it out. Another disadvantage is, you know, you need internet access. It's not really connected to the clouds. It's connected to the internet, which, you know, if you don't have internet access for some reason, like on your phone, or you know you don't have it constantly on your computer, or you got really slow internet and you're putting big files up there, yeah, don't do that. You're wasting your time. Most computers now, you can get a terabyte hard drive, and it is cheap, like really, really, really cheap. I have a terabyte hard drive standard on my computer. I mean, terabyte hard drives are no more than $100, and instead of paying a monthly service like $10 a month or $20 a month if you really need a lot of space, just get yourself a terabyte hard drive. You'll save yourself time and money, especially a portable one. You can just bring it with you. Like, they're small, they fold up and everything, just carry them with you. But what are the benefits? Benefits are pretty clear. You don't have to store it on your hard drive. Depending on the service, you get a lot of space. Depending on the service, you might get unlimited space. I mean, it's nothing complicated. Cloud computing is not a complicated thing. Yet every time I look it up, it's some godforsaken formula of complicated BS that drives me nuts. Holy crap. I mean, go to Google and look that shit up. I mean, there's YouTube videos where I'm staring at it going, huh? And mind you, I'm a computer major, and I had to study this stuff, and it was the most useless course I ever took. I mean, you know, you're storing information on another computer, or you're using another computer for something. It's nothing you can't do with like TeamViewer or Skype call if you want to look at someone else's computer, and a million things that you can just, I don't know. It's stupid to me, and it was really bothering me, so I thought I'd make a simplified video of it and drink my tea. This shit's like 2 hours old. 3 hours old. Cold as hell. That's cloud computing. You're storing information on another computer that's elsewhere that you don't even know about. Oh, the only question that people really wonder, I forgot, is why is it so cheap? Is because think of how cheap a terabyte hard drive is. Once you buy a terabyte hard drive, you don't have to do anything special with it. You don't have any continuing services to pay, so why not rent out that space? You pay $100, let's say, for a terabyte hard drive if you get a cheap one on sale, and then you rent it out for $10 a month to, let's say, one person. You say to one person, hey, you get 50 gigabytes for $10 a month. Now, if you guys are stupid, a terabyte is basically 1,000 gigs. So 50 or 1,000 divided by 50, we're doing like 200 here. Yeah, we're getting almost like 200 users or so. $10 a month each. Yeah, you're getting some serious money. Actually, it may not be 200. Wait, 50 times. No, I got that right. Yeah, 50 times 200 is 1,000. Yeah. So if you rented out 50 gigs to 200 people, each of them are charged $10 a month every single month, you're making $2,000. That's why it's so cheap, because it costs almost nothing once you buy the equipment. And companies are taking advantage of this because even small businesses can make minimal investments and sell their hard drive space. And some people, I like to keep track of my own shit. I don't like really giving my stuff out. Like even information, I don't like giving it out because I'm a stickler for that. And you know, one day you find out your account's hacked in something, and you're like, how the hell did this happen? And it's a nightmare. So I don't like doing that. But other people do. Other people are like, you know what? I travel from work, home, school, and then some. So if I just have something on the internet, you know what? That's easier than carrying a flash drive or bringing a terabyte hard drive around with me or whatever. It's just so much easier. So that is why cloud computing is so popular. Don't know what I'm doing with my hand here. Talking to myself. Anyway, that's cloud computing. That's how it works in front, behind the scenes, etc., etc. And, you know, now you know what you're doing. My eyes look really weird right now for some reason. I think it's the light. Anyway, this video is 10 minutes long. How cool is that? Hope you had fun. I had fun. Green Mountain, by the way. Apparently I'm doing a sponsorship. Their coffee sucks. Bye.